What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the 562.org. It's Tyler, and this More League Boys basketball video is brought to you by the fine folks at Naples Rib Company, and all of our Cabrillo coverage is sponsored by the Cohn family. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and it was a packed house at Millikan for an important More League showdown between the Rams and the visiting Jags from Cabrillo. Class of 2025, it's senior night. Bring out the signs and the big heads for this one. The Rams in the midst of a great bounce-back season. They are second place in the Moore League and looking to finish their home schedule with a victory, but no one told Cabrillo. They came in looking for a parade to rain on, and boy would they. The Jags playing with their hair on fire, gobbling up offensive rebounds. Kinsey Oboe getting in there for two, and then Mason Johnson also on the offensive glass and rewarded with points in the paint. Those two in particular flying around all night, gobbling up every possible rebound. Really impressive stuff. JoJo Wicker going the other way, a tough and one, and every point was tough for Millikan tonight as he was able to certainly lead the way for his team. Jeremiah Hunt works around the double team and puts in a contested two, but the action was at the other end of the floor. That's about the time Lincoln Dean lit the flamethrower, hitting triples from both sides of the court to start his big night. And you know, if 11 starts well, you might be in for a long night, and Millikan was. And they didn't really have an answer for MJ. Mason with the footwork, putting that up. The Jags by a dozen. And in the closing seconds of the first quarter, Millikan gets the steal. Wicker's going to bank in the buzzer beater just across half court. Rams really needed that three. It's 17-9 Cabrillo after one. Wicker with another contested jumper, doing his best to keep the Rams in it. But this game, just really intense in the gym. You could certainly feel the players kind of feeding off the crowd. Got a little bit hectic at times. Both sides playing hard. A lot of jump balls in this one. You can see the intensity get ratcheted up on that play. No one willing to give an inch. And the visitors really set that tone from the beginning. I mean, they came in fighting for their playoff lives, and the bench was loving it. Meanwhile, Lincoln Dean going swerve in that corner, whoa, for the and one, and he is fired up, the heartbeat of this Cabrillo team. Then it's Dean off the lean for some more second chance points for the Jags, and with the clock winding down in the first half, able to cross over and drive for another bucket. He had 16 in the first half, did the Cabrillo point guard. But back the other way, Wicker looking for another buzzer beater, and he gets it, splashes that one. He had a team-high 12 points for Millikan, and the Rams down 33-19 at half, so certainly a good performance so far for Cabrillo. Could they maintain it? Well, yes, they could. Millikan will get the steal here for a rare layup for Wicker, and these would be the only points for Millikan in that third quarter. Meanwhile, Macy Betha, come up off that block now. Johnson hits the tray, and then driving in for a really nice bucket. He had 15 points and 13 rebounds, doing his thing down low, and the shots were simply not falling for the Rams, and no second chance opportunities. The Jags completely stifled Millikan with their length and tenacity. They only allowed 2 points in the first 14 minutes of the second half, only 6 points total after halftime, and Dean lighting it up from downtown. Jags fans going absolutely dummy, supporting their team. Then it's Oboe with the Obang out off the assist from Johnson. Jags getting most of what they wanted here for good measure. Lincoln with the step back, splash that. 22 points on just 13 shots, and everybody is getting dap on that Jags bench. Head coach Chris Spencer was patient with this team, and they look like a whole new group now that they are at full strength and playing very well together. More guys getting in for Cabrillo. Donovan Young with a nice finish. And ain't no party like a West Side party. They're going to be enjoying this game, watching film of this. Really dominant performance from Cabrillo. 57-25 is your final. Millikan finishes the regular season against Compton, while Cabrillo's hosting Wilson on Monday. A win there. They're in fourth place and in the playoffs out of the Moore League. You want coverage of that and all other sports going on in Long Beach, you got to stay tapped in right here, the562.org.